I'm now going to thank the participants and give the floor to Giacomo Filibeck, who is chairing the first panel for the 2009 PES Common Candidate. Giacomo.
Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to break the ice with the first resolution that we are about to discuss and adopt in this PES Council. As Rory said, this resolution is concerning the common candidate for 2019 European elections. In fact, the roadmap that will lead all of us, our family all together, to design, agree on a common program for the next European elections and to identify the best candidate that can be our President of the Commission. In order to introduce the topic and the resolution itself, I'm very happy to invite our comrades from PES Portugal, Carlos Zorrinho, to reach us on the podium. Carlos. A round of applause for Carlos.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Welcome to Portugal. Welcome to Lisbon. I think I will be the first speaker this afternoon to use my mother language, to speak in Portuguese here in Lisbon. So, bem-vindos a Lisboa. Yeah, it's for that I give you some time to change. It's a beautiful language, so beautiful than the city and the country. The language of Camões, the big poetry. So, bem-vindos a Lisboa, que é uma cidade de inovadores, mas ao mesmo tempo é uma cidade de descobridores. E esta diferença entre a inovação que temos que procurar sempre e a descoberta que nos leva a arriscar em caminhos nunca antes percorridos, é uma diferença fundamental. Mas a verdade é que nós estamos colocados perante esse desafio, o desafio de correr riscos. Não correr riscos não nos tem conduzido, com boas exceções, como o caso de Portugal, como o caso de Lisboa recentemente, mas não correr riscos não nos tem conduzido, em média, a bons resultados. Nós queremos partir desta cidade, que é uma cidade de partidas e chegadas. Nós temos que partir daqui para um grande resultado nas eleições europeias de 2019. E para isso precisamos de ter um candidato forte. Mas não basta termos um candidato forte. Temos que ter também aquilo que no seminário desta manhã, promovido pelo S&D, nós definimos como uma agenda contra a indiferença. A social-democracia é o modelo vencedor. Criámos as sociedades mais justas, mais extraordinárias. No anterior período industrial, na anterior sociedade industrial. Mas o mundo mudou. E perante esse mundo em mudança, nós não podemos ser história. Nós temos que ser futuro. E para sermos futuro, não podemos ser indiferentes a algo que se reconhece como tendo feito bem. Temos que ser algo que se deseja para comandar a nossa sociedade. Talvez de uma maneira um pouco dura, eu gostava de vos dizer que se ninguém nos amar e ninguém nos odiar, nós ficaremos no limbo, ficaremos um pouco no meio, seremos um pouco segunda escolha, dificilmente seremos a escolha da maioria. E nós queremos ser, nós merecemos ser, os cidadãos europeus merecem que nós sejamos a escolha da maioria. Dito isto, queria falar-vos um pouco mais detalhadamente sobre a nossa resolução. A escolha do candidato comum é uma decisão estatutária do PES, teve uma primeira aplicação em 2014 e tivemos um excelente candidato. Se olharmos para trás, e eu fui candidato também em 2014, o que eu senti em Portugal foi que, não obstante termos tido um excelente candidato e termos, obviamente, tirado partido de termos um excelente candidato, o nosso candidato comum nunca esteve no topo da agenda. Porque no topo da agenda sempre esteve a agenda nacional. E se pensarem bem, foi um pouco isso que aconteceu nos 28 países onde houve eleições. Provavelmente, só se eventualmente não aconteceu na Alemanha. Nos restantes países, a agenda nacional sobrepôs-se à agenda europeia. Isto significa uma coisa muito clara, é que nós não podemos dissociar a escolha do candidato comum da escolha de uma agenda comum. Nós temos que ter uma agenda comum para um candidato comum e um candidato comum para uma agenda comum. É esse o desafio que nós temos que vencer. E por isso, o que eu vos proponho no início do debate é que este processo que vai agora ser desenvolvido pelo grupo de trabalho, este processo de metodologia para a escolha do candidato comum, também inclua uma componente que nos leve a definir 3, 4, 5 grandes bandeiras comuns ao nível europeu, a que se somarão depois, obviamente, as bandeiras nacionais, mas que nos permitirão ter este ponto no topo da agenda. O processo é fundamental, mas não pode limitar-se à escolha do protagonista. Tem que escolher o melhor protagonista para uma política e uma proposta vencedora. E para isso, o nosso roadmap inclui vários pontos, vários passos. Em primeiro lugar, temos um capital de sermos os primeiros a propor a existência de um candidato comum. Não percamos, não hesitemos em tomar para nós esse capital. Essa é uma bandeira de partida do nosso partido. Devemos fomentar o surgimento de candidatos naturais. Não devemos ter a tentação de, para termos muitos candidatos, gerarmos candidatos artificiais. Não têm que ser candidatos naturais, fortes, competitivos. Devemos associar a escolha do nosso candidato à definição de bandeiras eleitorais comuns. Devemos fomentar dinâmicas participativas, mas respeitando a tradição e a identidade de cada partido e de cada Estado-membro. E o grupo de trabalho terá depois uma função fundamental de integrar essas diferentes identidades e essa diversidade. E no final, depois desse grande processo de escolha, nós devemos realizar uma grande iniciativa de consagração do candidato escolhido, mas também de consagração das 2, 3, 4, 5, mais que 5 é muito, grandes bandeiras que teremos por toda a Europa e defenderemos por toda a Europa. Caros amigos, nós partimos hoje. Costuma-se dizer que só tem bom vento, e os navegadores portugueses sabiam bem isso, que só tem bom vento quem sabe onde quer chegar. Pois aproveitemos o bom vento de Lisboa para chegarmos à vitória. Muito obrigado a todos.
Obrigado, Carlos. A common agenda for a common candidate. This is the ambition that we have. This is the reason why we have started to discuss this resolution in these past months. We have been debating internally in length. There are different views, as it is natural to be the case in such a big movement like ours. But we have managed to come to a general agreement and a consensus on, I would say, the 95% of this text and of the resolution that you have in your folders. Still, there is one specific amendment, one specific part of this resolution, which is still under debate, and we'll see different views opposing each other in the next minutes, and then we will go for a vote on this. And the amendment will be the one concerning line 84 related to the possibility to have transnational lists, pan-European lists for the next European elections. The logic of this starts also from the idea that the UK quota of MEPs will not be there anymore, and therefore what do we do with this quota? Let's use it for a good purpose. The party that has presented this amendment is the party I come from, so I'm very proud of saying it, and I'm inviting Piero Fassino to present the amendment and to defend it in front of you. I would also like to ask to be ready to come on stage Maria Bill from PEPDA Netherlands, Christine Revold-Dallon Bonfoy, PES France, sorry, I'm trying to read it properly, Peter Hammelgaard Thomsen from SD Denmark, and also to be ready, Piri Nimin from SAP Sweden, and Joao Albuquerque from the Young European Socialist. Piero, I'm looking for you. Eccoci.
Grazie Giacomo. Tanto desidero anch'io ringraziare Antonio Costa, il sindaco Medina e il Partito Socialista per l'accoglienza che ci hanno riservato, per averci ospitato. E permettetemi di prendere la parola qui con una qualche emozione, perché io sono tra quelli che c'era 25 anni fa, quando è stato fondato il Partito Socialista Europeo. Perché abbiamo presentato l'emendamento che io vado a presentare? È stato appena ricordato come noi stiamo vivendo una fase di crisi democratica. L'elezione di Trump, Brexit, i risultati elettorali di molte elezioni in Europa che vedono crescere la destra e le forze populiste. E sappiamo come dentro questa crisi la famiglia socialista e i nostri partiti sono quelli che soffrono di più. E dentro questa crisi l'Unione Europea è quella che soffre. E allora io penso che per uscire noi abbiamo bisogno certamente di una piattaforma politica rinnovata, e sarà oggetto della discussione di questo nostro Consiglio generale, ma anche di scelte che coinvolgano i cittadini e che rendano i cittadini protagonisti di una fase di rilancio del processo di integrazione europea, rendano i cittadini protagonisti di una fase nella quale le forze progressiste tornano ad essere egemoni come lo sono state per molti e molti decenni nella storia dell'Europa. Questa è la ragione per cui io penso che noi abbiamo sostenuto a suo tempo e riconfermiamo la scelta di avere un candidato comune da presentare come Presidente della Commissione, e la scelta per la quale abbiamo deciso di selezionare questo candidato, qualora ci fossero più candidati, con una metodologia di consultazione dei nostri iscritti, comprese forme di primarie tra gli iscritti, verificando anche l'ipotesi laddove ci siano le condizioni per aprire le primarie ai cittadini, ed è questa la ragione per la quale anche proponiamo che le elezioni del 2019 siano l'occasione per la possibilità di presentare delle liste transnazionali utilizzando una parte dei seggi lasciati liberi dall'uscita della Gran Bretagna dall'Unione Europea, presentare agli elettori delle liste transnazionali guidate dai candidati alla presidenza della Commissione, in ragione tale che ogni elettore nel proprio paese abbia la possibilità sia di votare le liste di partito, e naturalmente per quello ci riguarda chiederemo di votare le liste dei nostri partiti, ma anche di esprimersi per una lista transnazionale, il cui valore politico è di affermare che noi siamo per un'Europa non solo intergovernativa. Vogliamo un'Europa che non sia soltanto la somma di nazioni, vogliamo un'Europa che sia effettivamente un grande soggetto politico e sociale, e per farlo ha bisogno di fare un salto in avanti nelle politiche di integrazione. Una delle cose che più abbiamo misurato in questi anni di crisi è che nella crisi è cresciuta la tentazione di dare delle risposte scommettendo sull'intergovernatività e non sull'integrazione europea e non sulla comunitarizzazione. Io penso che dobbiamo essere un segnale forte che crediamo in un'Europa che deve fare ulteriori passi in avanti nel percorso di integrazione. L'Europa ha alle spalle 60 anni straordinari di integrazione, ma non può fermarsi. perché se si ferma rischia di essere in mezzo al guado, in mezzo al fiume, e se stai a lungo in mezzo al guado la corrente ti porta via. Abbiamo bisogno di rilanciare con forza, e un segnale che va in questa direzione la possibilità che i cittadini alle elezioni del 2019 possano esprimersi anche per una lista transnazionale simbolo di un'Europa integrata e di un'Europa unita. Grazie.
Grazie Piero. Now, thank you for the presentation of this amendment. To intervene against, the first one is Maria Bill from PvdA Netherlands, Vice President of PES Women.
Yes. Thank you, Giacomo, but I'm here as Vice Chair of the Dutch Labour Party. Dear friends, thanks for giving us the opportunity to give our opinion on this amendment. And let's start by stating that, of course, the PvdA shares the vision of a strong, united Europe. A Europe of the people, our Europe. So, of course, we're a strong supporter of the common candidate. However, we do not believe that transnational European lists are the answer to get more votes to the polling box for this moment. We would like to bring Europe closer to home. So we believe that the voters need visible MEPs that they've known for years, that they can relate to, that they can recognize as politicians from national and local newspapers. We have also seen that in the resolution, which is going to be discussed hereafter, that there we are proposing to look into how we could get these transnational lists into working. We think that's a far more interesting idea than already installing it for 2019. So we are in favor of politicians close to home, so that's why we're against this amendment. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Maria. It is now, maintenant pour Christine, PES France.
Merci, bonjour à tout le monde et merci beaucoup de nous accueillir ici à Lisbonne, chers amis portugais. L'Europe a besoin de démocratie à l'échelle européenne, pas seulement en passant par des États membres, plus de verticalité, mais de la démocratie, que les citoyens puissent s'exprimer sur des listes profondément européennes. Le Parti socialiste européen a toujours été à l'initiative. Il a été à l'initiative pour mettre en œuvre un programme commun. Il a été à l'initiative pour avoir un candidat tête de liste commun. Il doit être à l'initiative très fortement pour mettre en place ces listes transnationales. Nous l'avons porté depuis plusieurs mandats déjà au sein du groupe des socialistes et démocrates au Parlement européen, cette idée de liste transnationale. Nous continuons à nous battre pour cela et au Parti socialiste français aussi, nous souhaitons ces listes transnationales. Donc continuons à être à l'initiative et continuons à démontrer que nous voulons de cette Europe réellement démocratique.
Merci Christine. And now is the turn of Peter Hummelgaard from SD Denmark.
Thank you so much. I only want to add a few things. I think my Dutch comrade already made some very good arguments. We also strongly support a united and a strong Europe. We strongly support that we're coming together on more transnational issues. And I think that it's vital in these years where we see the surge in right-wing populism that we also be clear on what these issues are and also what the reasons are for the illegitimacy that we have seen that Europe has experienced in many countries, most notably during the Brexit referendum. However, we don't support transnational lists, and there are a few reasons for that. First of all, inherited in the suggestion of having transnational lists is also that we maintain the current number of members of the European Parliament after a future British exit. We don't see any reason for doing that. We believe in Denmark that the numbers of members of Parliament should be reduced as well as Britain leaving the EU if they end up doing it. The second is
Where our Italian comrade said that we need to fight right-wing populism, we need to fight all of the insecurity, soaring inequality that we're experiencing this year, and we should fight it by democratic legitimacy, and that the answer for that should be transnational list. We don't see any connection with that. We believe that democracy is strongest when it is closest to the citizens, where the citizens can hold their politicians accountable of the decisions that they make. And therefore, we don't support the transnational list, and I hope that the Council will support us in this. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. And now, before proceeding to the vote on the adoption of or the rejection of the amendment, I would like also to invite here on stage Piri Niemann from the Social Democratic Party of Sweden, and after him, João Albuquerque, the president of the Young European Socialists. Piri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and dear all. It's nice to be here in Lisbon. First of all, I would like to say that the Swedish delegation wants the EU to come even closer to the European Union citizens. It's crucial for us to understand and to listen to all those people who suffer sometimes from uncertainty and difficulties in the European Union. And one reason to that is to getting closer to them is not in creating a transnational list, because I know for a fact that that will most certainly bring other elements of parties and political agendas to the scene on the European Union. That will be not in the favor of the Socialists and the Democrats. And that's one of the reasons why we have decided in the Swedish delegation to vote against this. The other hand is looking into our political values. We are all here for the same reasons. We want a better European Union, creating a good social welfare for everyone, decreasing unemployment, and starting a good political debate for the future. If we do that in the matter of creating transnational lists, it will always create something other from the citizens and our voters. It's saying political distrust. They never will know who to vote for, and it will always create some kind of confusion that will come back and strike against the Socialists and the Democrats. And that's the reason why we in the Swedish delegation are voting against the transnational list. Thank you.
Thank you. And now the last speaker before the actual voting takes place is the president of our youth movement, the Young European Socialist, João Albuquerque from Portugal.
Thank you very much. And as many people said already, welcome to Lisbon, to this beautiful city. Dear friends, we are fighting all together, or at least we can find in ourselves the strength to fight right-wing populism and the rise of nationalism and right-wing extremism. This is a possibility for us to have with this resolution, and for us to move forward with a proposal that came from our political family to have a common candidates for the European elections and to move forward a process that needs to be as much participated as possible. This is an extremely important moment for us. It might not be the moment, or it might not be the discussion that will engage the European citizens the most. It's perceived as bureaucratic, far away in Brussels, and as something that doesn't engage with the common citizen. But it's part of our duties as socialists and social democrats to fight to the deepening and to the strengthening of the European Parliament and of the value of democracy and parliamentary democracy in the European Union. We gave a very important step that nobody thought it was possible in the last elections, to have a common candidate coming out selected by the parties, by the European parties. This is the moment to go forward, not the moment to step back. It is extremely important for us that we go forward in a way that allows for our members, for the people that are close to our movement, to engage again with us in this important decision. So it is the time and the opportunity for us to take this process one step further and one step forward. As a young person and coming from the Young European Socialists, I really strongly urge you that you consider this as a priority in order for us to strengthen our movement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, João. Obrigado. And now I would like to ask the assistants for the tellers to be ready for this democratic exercise that we are finally performing. As very often we have been told that our meetings are not that exciting because there is no debate. You wanted the debate, now you have the debate. And then you have also a little bit on the fight, voting against, in favor, abstaining. We'll see. We are talking about line 84. I can read again for the last time the amendment itself. To support the proposal of electing a part of the members of the new European Parliament through European lists of candidates presented by the different European political parties, led by the candidates at the presidency of the European Commission. Now, who is in favor? Please raise your voting card. And please keep it raised for a little bit of a while, as our tellers will have the challenging task of counting it properly. They are counting only cards. They are not counting hands. So if you want to vote, you need to have a card. Il faut avoir tous les cartes, sinon ça ne marche pas. Je vois la délégation française. Tous les deux. En fait, vous avez droit à avoir tous les cartes en faveur ou contre. So all the cards should be out, should be up. It will take a while. Exactly, c'est ça. I know it's painful, but democracy is not for free. You have to fight a bit for it. E ti serve la carta? Unfold it. It's to show that you are a true Democrat. So now also the S&D group can vote. Thank you for doing this gymnastic. It's really important. But is it okay? Is it okay? You got it? Very good. Who's against? We have to count. But I understand your enthusiasm. So I remind all the cards of your party delegation, not only one per person, because you may have more cards than, no? So, Laura, only 14? We wanted to explore the possibility of having electronic voting. I know. We are not that modern. We'll be better next time, I promise. But we also wanted to promote a bit of physical exercise here. It's warm in Lisbon. So, Alberto, ¿qué me dice? Can I go on abstention? Who is abstaining? Who is abstaining? Abstentions. Are you abstaining? No. So nobody's abstaining. The result is so what I'm told is that there are 47 votes against and 154 votes in favor. The amendment went through, and therefore I would like to ask you to now proceed for the adoption of the complete resolution, the whole resolution, with the new amendment added at line 84. Can we proceed? Do we want to, well, let's say, who is in favor of the whole resolution? I could say that more or less is the same balance of power. Who is against? Who is abstaining? I would say that the resolution is carried. Thank you very much for all the work that led us here. And I would like now to finish this part of the panel, of this first discussion, by inviting two activists, two PES activists. You need to know that we have a couple of hundreds of PES activists here in Lisbon with us, and I think that they should be thanked for showing their commitment in coming all the time to our activities. I would like to invite Daniel Diaz from Madrid and Melanie Zvonik from Vienna to join me on stage to say just a few words of their commitment towards the political process that we are about to start. Because, make no mistake, 2019 may look far and away. It is not. The PES needs to get ready now and to be prepared now. Here they are. Who's starting? Melanie. Thanks. The floor is yours.
Hello. My name is Melanie, and I'm from Austria. And I'm very glad that I have the opportunity to speak in front of you, because the truth is that especially young activists and young people are not often given the opportunity to speak up, to voice their concerns or speak about their wishes or expectations, especially when it comes to decision-making processes in politics. They're often left out. We are not involved from the beginning. We are, however, often good enough to stand in the first row when it comes to pictures for campaigning. And in the end, it's always the same question. It's like, what do young people actually want? And I feel like, how about letting them make their own decisions and speaking up for themselves? Because young people are the future of Europe, and without the youth helping renewing this vision of the socialists and the socialist family. The socialist family has no future. But here's the thing. We usually get to decide about the future in the present. And that's why young people have to be involved from the beginning. This whole process needs to be transparent and most of all understandable for every European citizen. And it is true that a lot of people might not feel comfortable with the structures of democracy, especially young people who are not familiar with the structures, for whom Europe is a very abstract thing and a thing they cannot relate to. But I think this can change. And getting to the point, I think the common candidate would make the democratic dynamics closer, clearer, reliable, and most of all, more valuable, especially for the European youth. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Daniel Diez. I'm a PES activist from Madrid. And I would like to express my view on this decision on the common candidate and the transnational, the possibility of transnational list, which I think it opens a new scenario for citizen participation and activist participation. I have to assume and acknowledge that we activists have always claimed for better participation, better involvement in the campaigns and not only the month before the elections. So with this decision, I think you will need us to improve and to mobilize the European public opinion and to boost the citizen mobilization for a common candidate who will bring us better electoral results. And most importantly, I think this resolution also is giving us the opportunity to make transparent internal elections of a common candidate who will change the current European Commission policies into more social and more progressive policies. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you to Melanie and Daniel. And now I think I will go directly to my colleague, Deputy Secretary General Yonek Pollet, to start the discussion and the debate and the adoption of the general resolution. Yonek, c'est à toi.